Seriously? You're just... Fine. I suppose you're just good. What we're being... Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
I can't see my cursor, so I don't know where I am.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fire... warning. She will love... Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
But I feel like killing someone.
The blade. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather
Shut up. You're annoying. I hate you. You probably look weird.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint of rot filtering. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as... Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the...
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Forward. Your grip on the blade tight.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Because I have a knife and you have nothing. I'm pretty sure.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Shut up.
So, you should just drop it. Best risk finding out what I can do.
Don't care.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catapult blow to your jaw. It feels like you... Holy shit, that hurt!
No door!
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on. Turn this around. Are you serious?
Yes! She.
It's a good idea. You take fine.
Do you really?
He steps towards you, ignoring her. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The link, she's free. Hurry.
Run!
You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to... Okay, you settle in. It isn't to drift off. You are...
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold you very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get the good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
No.
As she violently rattles the door, do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have... And I'll make sure you never see the light of day.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Stumble to your feet, and as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb,
Why my
then your
toes?
feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Why my toes though?
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
I want someone else.
She stepped closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in
Yo,
breath,
like you.
and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
No.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ah!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. In front of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. You'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met.
No, it isn't.
I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after. This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? Turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Thank you. The whole world owes you a debt of gratitude. Really. One little trick was all it took for you to go in there. I guess you're the one in control, aren't you? So if you want us to die again, good luck to all of us. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a last time. It's just an empty frame. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Well, I will say for myself.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last we're here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough. Bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smack against the inky black of the basement. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me. I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly doing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go back the way you did.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms
We're
quickly
gonna
follow.
die in here, aren't we?
This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What do you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times you before you break.
You'll hear that sound as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver. Pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want the body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart. We did it. We actually did it.
Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she? We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not getting those stares back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
Heart. She falls to the ground, unmoving. Heart. Oh. I can stop now, can't I? Man. Finally. And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here. Forever. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this.
Damn.
Time passes. Forever's gonna end eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though, does it? What do you mean? Have a way out clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. You have to answer that. More time passes. You're still here. That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever coming. We don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it. I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest. Move the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it? I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you. You raise the blade to your neck and slit your carotid artery. Here we go.
I hate that noise. The wraith.
You're on a path in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Yes, so it does. No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be. What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? So, you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice. All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call saying path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really should have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, all right? I'm begging you, don't do this. You're going to damn everything to oblivion. You can't just walk away. Yet here we are, walking away despite your protestations. There's got to be a crack in this world somewhere. If he's looking in at us, has to be a way out. Ugh, fine. You walk down the path away from the cabin.
Okay.
For all our sakes that you change your mind before it's too late. Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy.
Yep.
What's going on? Where are we? But it feels like home. It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked. You're on a path. You're here to slay. You make your way up. A warning. She will lie. We're not going to go. Ignore him. The interior of the blade. You take the...
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool...
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I hate you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a focus on the task at hand?
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. Drop the knife, and the two of us just talk.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
How about no?
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hand to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak. We'll be fine. Accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Wouldn't you know that?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I get here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. No. I'm not going to trust you.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
Shut
Hopefully
up!
How sweet. And they'll be a pal. We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Yes.
You walk up to the chains binding the print. They're large and heavy, far too to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her light of day. They
There's
wouldn't
no
have just
keyhole
left
in
the
the
key
chain.
to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Keyhole on the chain, so how would we take it?
Well, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to find. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Wait a minute.
You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and before long you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
We just done that, and then
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop trying to get you out of here alive.
no.
The blade. Move the blade.
Never.
Help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
See you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your leg. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, it was. The prisoner. Like every single.
You're on a path in your here.
I'm getting.
A warning. She will Yeah. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Skeptic. Got skeptic. We got hero. We got gold. We got.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the only furniture, the blade. Good idea. He definitely did not. There isn't a myth. There's definitely. I think you know what we have to do. You walk up to the wall. This really isn't fun. You reach forward and there a second, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. Her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear?
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about his work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really does anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? Incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Yeah!
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. Your luck waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. That is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. I want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it. Curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping over your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? We stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's fine.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
No.
We're both stuck in.
Yep.
I want to small talk, I am.
Nope.
That's rude.
Yup.
You and the best wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting. This is so boring.
Yup.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence, it harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of water, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to us have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode? She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And I think he's gone.
Finally!
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful, it feels so much worse now. No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Wait. Is it calling me fat?
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I will long for your return, but we will meet again.
I hate the stupid breaking mirror stuff. It hurts my ears. Patient heart, bring the prisoner to her. So we gotta get all
You're on a
these.
path
Oh.
in the woods,
What?
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Punch me off this. Forget it. I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe okay, let the world end?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider it? Nobody wants the world to end.
Oh,
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Yeah, thanks for telling me what to do. Wait.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning, she will... We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior of the blade... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of filtering from the ancient. Her voice.
Hello?
Is hypnotized. Don't let it fool.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. Waiting on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Okay.
I don't trust you.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't know, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to try comes up with. The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
This will really depend on if
Not like you'd believe me.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it.
Why the
Slip
font
these
go more
chains.
red?
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
No.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room.
He's on the open
Where is
ceiling.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
I think this is the Get the Wild.
The ferocity overwhelms you. As the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp
we got the
fingers
prop.
lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into you. You had the upper hand. And now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that
You
cabin and save the
manipulative!
princess.
You're manipulative! And... bothering me.
A warning.
No.
I don't see why that matters. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout thing that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Shut up.
Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. The blade is your implement. You take...
Yeah, the mirror spear. Great.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. Looking up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp, starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the owners that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She's certainly not just a princess.